to the
I did not. Down the street at Capital University.
Capital with
Dr. Marshman.
Yes, Jeff. Who's no longer there.
Ohio Wesleyan is Ishbak Cox now.
Ishba.
Yes, big congratulations to him.
I knew Ishba from Ball State.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yes, he is.
And Andy Johnson says that.
Okay. Tell him I said hello.
All right, we're doing this good stuff. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Never apologize to an ensemble for doing good music. I learned that from Steve Davis. Never apologize when you have to, I'm sorry we have to do this again. No! There needs to be rigor sometimes. Like, we need to do this again.
We're doing the scherzo.
Yeah, we're doing the scherzo.
Should be ready.
Yep.
Sweet.
Good. What are your adjectives for this?
I hate to say it again, but I really like playful.
Okay, I mean, why not, right? We're playing the scherzo. I mean, you set up like a linebacker, right? And again, we can use our physical gifts when needed, and sometimes we have to work against them. I can do bombast really well. I can do Mahler 6 really well, right? Like, come on, baby. Boom! What I struggle with is this, being right. And those are the things that we have to work on, all right? I'm not saying Petite Symphony means you have to be small.
Right.
It's just the smallness of the piece. But I think here, even though this is a bit of a fanfare, I mean, it is. Walks like a duck, talks like a duck. That's fanfare. Okay? Even though there's that, I don't think it's this kind of fanfare.
Okay.
It's not Vienna Philharmonic fanfare, right? This is something more French,
Okay.
right?
Oh, I like that.
So, well, what do you like about it? And thank you very much.
It's not as aggressive as a Vienna Philharmonic fanfare.
Yeah, this, I don't know how much French chamber music you've listened to in your life.
Probably minimal.
Okay, well, there's a wonderful wealth of it out there.
Okay.
All right. In fact, the French really did quite adore chamber music, wind chamber music. There was a society established that I believe is still in existence in some shape or form. So it was basically the Society for Wind Chamber Music.
Okay.
And lots of wonderful pieces came out of that, and this is one of them.
Okay.
So when you think about, and I was in France last year, when we think about French music, what kinds of things pop into your mind?
Thin scoring.
Okay. Yes, not the lush, Brahmsian, Schumann-esque
Right.
kinds of things.
When I think of for an important purpose, maybe like for the king or the queen, so on and so forth. But just, I don't know, dainty, maybe a little bit more.
Perhaps a little more airier,
Yes.
lighter,
Mm-hmm.
less Germanic.
Sure.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's a thing, right? And my last name is Vondran, so that's really hard to say, less Germanic, but it's the way it is. So, can you be a little more dainty with this, a little more elegant?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe could be a good word for this. Could we just do the opening again? Just stop with the gallop.
I like that.
Already physically, you're moving differently. Your stance is narrower, and I've got a little comfy on me, unfortunately. So everything seems a little bit less.
Okay.
And like we were saying, less is more. What do you want here?
I think we could put to the west when I hear those two bars.
Interesting. Fine. How about musically, though?
You mean like shaping wise?
Well, yeah, that could be an issue. The reason I'm asking is you're leaning down at those spots. And when you lean down, what does that do? Well, let me ask them. When he leans down for something, what's that communicating to you?
Becomes hard to focus on what he's doing here, and we get more of like the kind of overbearingness of the body language.
Right, and they play heavier because of that, right? Because it's like you're putting more weight just down. And sometimes we talk about like placing our hands or our ideas or gestures on a shelf, and when we lean down, that shelf, everything just projects downward, right? It's like going down to Nick's feet, rather than projecting outwardly.
Okay.
So that might be a spot where rather than dee ba-ga-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, maybe you pull back a little bit and invite them to do something, and then in real time, and we have to do this all the time in rehearsals, at measure 3 and 4, you get an opportunity in measure 5 and 6 to evaluate and say, oh, okay, I liked that. So I'm going to say, yeah, baby, let's do it again.
Okay.
Or, oh, I didn't like that. I need to do something different in measure 7 and 8.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's try that again.
Great. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? So how many of you noticed, right? Not so good, right? So try to find that neutral mouth shape, or even, hey, this is going to be fun. Ready?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, you've got a good smile. I saw it here.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't like Star Wars, like we were talking about, the throne room, right? This, it's a fanfare, but not all fanfares mean that something bad's going to happen.
Okay.
Darth Vader's going to walk through the door or something. I mean, that'd be cool.
Okay.
You are dressed in black, so it's
I know. Did I do it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's like, hey, here we go.
Okay.
We have to tell them this is the affect of the music and stay in that space rather than, here we go.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And then everything's like, okay, we're just back to normal again. Getting a little bit of traction. We've got, like, I think a minute left. Timothy, can you point to one thing in these 20 measures of music that you really want? Like, I cannot close the score unless I get this thing. And what about that?
La la la.
I'm singing my special song.
You are characters. So, can we start with the upbeat into 13? Thank you. Did you get it?
I was going to do it the second time.
Okay.
Do it differently the second time.
Okay. When you start this, and I like the energy, don't get me wrong, can all of this energy that's like up here and in your neck and all this kind of stuff, can all of that just come here,
Absolutely.
right? And allow your face, yes, to create the affect, but just move this.
Okay.
You're giving us too much to try to focus in on.
Okay.
Like, does it start when your chin comes down? Does it start when your hands come down?
Okay.
Does it start when your feet come down? I'm not sure.
Just full body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't micromanage that last note, right? And that sometimes is just a habit that we have to try to break, painfully sometimes, right? You know, when you go back home, what grade do you teach?
5 through 12.
Okay, so when you go back home, you can even do that with your 5th graders. And I tried to when I was doing elementary school band along with high school stuff. And did it happen the way I wanted it the first time? No. Did it happen the way I wanted it the 30th time? No. Right? But it eventually happened. Right? Like 5th grade bands, they don't need this all the time, right? Like they can play things on their own. But it's painful. But you've got all the things. It's just re-engineering them so that what you're communicating projects out rather than kind of stays here.
Awesome.
Make sense?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.